right, everyone. Welcome to another Security on DeFi. Sorry, today we had a little delay. Had some problems with my internet connection, but thank God we're back. Uh, we are waiting for our guests to arrive anytime soon. What's up? Welcome to another Security on DeFi. I'm excited for tonight. A lot of news going on. I don't know about you guys, but I've been doubling my bags. Last year on November, I used to be like, I need to lower the prices. I need to buy more tokens. Guess what? Why do I feel like when everybody has a chance, they're scared? For some reason, they're like, "Oh, it's gonna go lower. I'm not gonna buy it." What? It was 69K a few months ago, but now you're waiting to go lower than 20? Doesn't make sense to me, right? I am not waiting. I'm telling all of you, I am buying the deep. I keep on buying, I keep on stacking. There's 4 projects that I'm investing right now. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, 𝗖𝗢𝗡, Slake, and Rise Up. Those are the 4 projects that I can totally trust and see that great things are happening, and that's the way to go. I like diversifying, at the same time not as much. I like diversifying when you invest in solid, legit projects. I like diversifying that. Let me share the tweet, get everybody in here. All right, all right, all right. For those of you who don't know, come on, let me hear you. Pump it up. For those of you who don't know, what's up, Ty? Good night.
What's up? Hey,
Not much, man.
It's early.
Yes. I'm sorry, by the way, I did message you. I had some connection problems. I don't know what it was. But as soon as I got back, I'm like, I'm going live and waiting for Ty.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're early though. It's like it was supposed to be at 7. It's 6. 6:23 now.
Well,
which is okay.
7 on what, Easter?
Yeah, we just had our time change. Sunday, Saturday
okay,
night, Sunday morning.
Sorry, man. I
Yeah,
just
you're
found
good.
out now.
Yeah.
For me, it's 8:24 right now.
Oh wow. Yeah, we had our time change. We ended Easter, daylight savings time.
So you are 1 hour earlier?
Yeah. We so now it's 6 instead of 7 here. Yeah, or 6:23. 6:23. 4.
Okay, so on Tuesdays we should do at 6 p.m. Eastern now.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, man, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind getting it done earlier. If Davey had known, he might would have stayed up. Probably. He's tired. He hadn't been feeling well the last couple of days.
I saw your message and I was like, wait, hold on. I am not late.
No, you weren't late. I just usually because usually I see a tweet sometime during the day and I didn't see one, and I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure before,
I had a crazy day. I'm just gonna say it here. So I got in at the mayor's office at 11 a.m. 2 p.m. I still didn't talk to him, and I was still at work, and I had to wait till 4 p.m.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so then after I left, I tried to rush home as soon as I could, but then the time differences are crazy right now. I didn't even knew you guys were going on. What is that? Summertime?
No, we're going into winter time. We have daylight savings time in the summertime, and then in the winter time, it goes back to standard. So we are. It just goes backwards. So the hour goes back 1 hour, and then in the spring it goes forward.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so you can have more daylight in the mornings. Is what it's about.
Is that good for you guys?
Actually, it's in Congress right now. They're trying to change that where we don't do any of that anymore. A lot of places around the world do it. They do it. I know Davey and them do it in Belgium, which was funny because they did it a week before we did. So for a week, we were closer together than normal, and then we had to go back apart again.
I remember a few years ago when I was in New York. On summer, you used to change the difference of hours between New York, United States, and Brazil, and it used to be 1 hour plus. But then I don't even know why they do it. I mean, I think summer hours. I understand when you're in New York and during the summer, it gets dark. Going towards the night around 6 p.m., which is very, very early. I'm sorry, not during the summer, during the winter.
Yeah,
during the summer, I've seen the sun going down at 8:30 p.m. in New York.
yeah, and that's the time change. So they try to have I think it's more of a leftover thing from when daylight hours meant more. Where people needed daylight hours to get work done. Whereas, we still do for certain things, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of things they used to do at night in the daytime that they choose to do at night now, like road work and stuff like that.
So just making clear for everybody, for a few weeks, we are going to be having security on DeFi at 7. Is that 7 p.m. Eastern? No, that should be 6 p.m. Eastern.
It'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time.
6 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And that should be 6 p.m. Eastern for you, 8 o'clock for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was surprised that they did it in Europe too. I mean, I don't know that all countries do it. I know Belgium does it because, like I said, and I believe also Switzerland does it because 𝗪𝗏 had the same. He was doing the same thing where we got closer by an hour for a week, and then our time changed too, and then it went back to 6 hours, which was kind of funny.
Like I said, I understand when you're going, through summertime, but then you don't have an option. But then making summertime against the whole world, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Let's see if I can change
I'm
this.
sharing the spaces here with everybody. Since I didn't even knew that, but since time is different for everybody now, let me share that again. By the way, if you definitely want to find out we have some new information on Rise Up, which is the metaverse for Rise Up. If you have any questions, you can always check under the website. Ty, let me not say it wrong. It's riseupofficial.com.
Correct, right? No, it's riseupofficial.finance.
Finance. Okay, that's for the new website as well, for the metaverse website. No,
the MetaRise is metarise.finance. We also have a link tree.
Yeah, let me share with everybody. That's the actual website. If you want to get some information, riseupofficial.finance. You can get all the information in here. Just scroll down and you understand what big of a deal Rise Up is. The rod screener, I love it. This right here, oh my God, honey pot warning. Woo.
And it's going to get better. It's very quickly, very soon. It's going to start getting better. We're going to start doing some updates. We haven't done a lot. We've been tied up with a lot of other things that got put on our plate and doing that for a while. And now we're kind of in a cruise mode for that. And we're trying to catch up with the updates on the rug screener we hadn't been able to do just for lack of time.
For those of you who don't know what the rug screener is, it's pretty much you buy 2 million. Am I correct, Ty? 2 million?
Yep, 2 million. If you hold 2 million Rise Up V2, and when 𝗪𝗧 launches, it'll be the same. If you hold 2 million 𝗪𝗧, you'll be able to use the rug screener unlimited as long as you hold it. It doesn't cost you 2 million to use it. You just have to hold it. As long as you hold it, you can use it.
What does that mean? That means you have an app that you can download it, and as long as you hold 2 million tokens, which is not a lot, it's actually very, very, very cheap.
At the moment, it's not even $2. So
yeah. So as long as you buy and hold, you should be able to use for years, right? You're not going to be paid monthly, you know, and you should be able to use it for years and doing, you know, the best, getting out the best of it. I did use the rug screener before. I saw some informations. I do believe it's for those of you who are new in crypto market and you are investing not on centralized exchange, the rug screener is a must. You gotta have it. I mean, just think about this. Right now, 2 million tokens, it's not even $2, but yet, if you're investing, you can lose hundreds of dollars. So $2 to know if the project has any red flags, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, honestly.
Yeah.
And for those, and that's one of the key reasons why we're extending and releasing 𝗪𝗧. It's one of the reasons is that, you know, as we know, some people either have an issue with getting BSC, as in the United States, there's certain states you can't get BNB in, or just if it's a trust issue. So that's why we felt it was important that we released an ETH token to make it more accessible for people, because we found a lot more, not a lot more, but a percentage more people are actually using it to look up ETH tokens than they are BNB tokens. But at the moment, you know, you have to hold a BNB token to do it. So this will solve that small issue, which is not a big one, but it's a small issue. And that way it can expand and reach more people and help more people.
Well, since we're all about security on DeFi, I feel like we gotta talk about FTX.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I feel like we cannot miss this out, man. This is like,
yeah, you can't not talk about it. I would
say life-changing for a lot of people, you know. By the way, 𝗖𝗧, man, I'll give you props. You know, you took
he went hard.
And you're like, hey, put under my shoulders, it's mine. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Oh man, thank you so much, 𝗖𝗧 from Binance. You took the hit from the community, and I don't mean the Binance community. I mean the crypto community. That was. Let me tell you something, Ty. I was gonna say if I was, but that wouldn't be the right saying. When I'll be a guy like, you know, 𝗖𝗧, initially speaking, man, I want to use my money to do good. I don't want to have billions of dollars to just sit on that money and be like, yeah, I'm rich. I can do anything I want and screw everybody. No, man, you know, what 𝗖𝗧 did today, it's something that, you know, it should be in the history books. Not
well.
Only...
I mean, I think it's going to be taken in different ways, and I guess time will really tell which way is the right way to take it. I guess because we can't know full intentions, because I think a lot of people are actually taking it in that he manipulated the situation into making it happen. I don't know that, you know, it's impossible for me to know his intentions. My
But let
thought
me tell you
is
something.
that it was going to happen anyway, and he knew it. And why not do it when it could be controlled rather than just it happens because someone from the outside of the crypto, like what happened with Luna, when you had someone outside of the crypto community come in, a large fund come in and do, because it's basically, it's not the exact same thing, but it's similar. You know, they got over leveraged. When Binance started, when he announced that he was going to dump his or pull his or liquidate his FTT, then everyone else started doing the same. Then BTC, everybody in their BTC holdings started pulling them out because they were afraid of them being in there. And then eventually he owed more BTC than they, or not he, they owned more than they owed, more than they owned. They were in the negative of BTC. So
Yeah.
by 100 and something, 160 something.
Speaking of BTC, well, I'm not gonna get into that. But speaking of FTX, I was gonna make a point, but then I don't want to say it because it's according to the market, and I don't want to be like, yes, I can predict the future. I don't want to be like
Yeah.
that. But I feel like either way it goes, they take the hit. Like if I had money on FTX and I didn't pull it out. And today I woke up to the news and I saw CZ doing what he's doing. Man, I've been to a similar situation. I was on KuCoin 2021. And they actually shut it down for almost 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And I had money invested. Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah, that's nerve-wracking.
That was the best in the worst situation I could ever been. What do you mean, Junior? It was the worst situation because I had money invested in some amazing tokens that it was doing thousands of percent.
Yeah.
And I couldn't cash it out because it was blocked. And at the same time, I was like, nah, man, come on. I can't believe it. I'm a millionaire through this crypto, but at the same time, I am not because I cannot cash it out.
Yeah.
Man, that was like, I don't know if it was the best or the worst feeling ever. It was a mix of both. Because I used to check the prices of the token. I was like, oh man, I'm rich. Holy man, that was like 6 zeros. I'm rich. Like, what's going on? And then I would try to log in and it would keep showing me some server message. I'm like, no, man, get back. You gotta work. That's actually the last time that I put money in centralized exchange.
Yeah.
That was the last time.
Yeah, I don't keep much in the exchange. I use it to offboard, of course, but I don't use it for holding. That's for sure.
I used to I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be a liar here and be like, oh yeah, because I knew everything. No, screw that. I lost a lot of money. If anything, before I started making money, I lost a lot of money. Just so all of you guys know. But I was always a medium high risk investor, which is another point to make. That was my options on losing or gaining a lot of money. But back in the days when I was into that option, which I will always be, I read it. No, I don't read it. But if I were to pick not invest risky and never be rich, I would always invest risky. I don't care, man. Screw that. I'm not here for Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin is going to do good, but I'm not here to wait for another 10 years. I want to wait for 2-3 years and,
Yeah.
be set. So for everybody who's listening, sometimes the tokens that you're looking for are not in a good situation. And you got to realize if you really want to invest into that or not. And you might love, you might trust, you might believe 100% in the project. Doesn't mean you're going to get rich out of it. If you hold during the right time, that means you're going to get rich out of it. But if you just hold out of it, everything that I'm saying here, I'm not saying to you. I'm saying from me. No, I'm expressing my opinion on the mistakes that I have made in the past. But I've made a lot of mistakes. Trust me. The first 3 years, I used to not get over myself for the mistakes I did, and I used to, try to be the baller, the guy who always gets it right, and go for my thoughts, and that's the worst you can do. If you get into crypto now, the best you can do. None of this is financial advice. Nothing that you see here on this channel is financial advice, by the way. But if you're new to crypto, the best advice I can give you is put 30% in Bitcoin, 30% on Ethereum, and divide the rest. I don't like Bitcoin. I don't like Ethereum. Neither do I. I'm not going to get rich off them. Yes, no, I'm not. But if other tokens go down, those two won't be going down as much. So it's a way of you buying back in on your loss on those projects. So I did not invest in Bitcoin. I did not invest on Ethereum. But if I could suggest, I would definitely suggest Bitcoin and Ethereum. I am a very, very high risk investor. There's a sentence that says, it's actually from a movie from 50 Cent. Go hard or die trying.
That's right.
That's me, and get those right, then sticking to it. But I'm the guy who I pay my bills, I get what I have extra, and I put in crypto. I'm not that guy who's taking out of loan, who's taking out of, I sold a car and I'm going to put my money in, I'm going to put it like that. So there's a difference, and you guys all got to understand this huge difference in between investors. But I love high risk investments because in 8 years in crypto, I never made a good investment in low risks. So I rather take the risks. But none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. But speaking, being serious right now, if you're new, I would try to put 35% on Bitcoin, 35% on Ethereum, and just pick the rest of it, other altcoins that you like. Because why do I say this? If I lose money this cycle, which means during this next bull market, I could care less. Well, actually, I should have said that. I wouldn't care as much. I wouldn't care as much, But then it's different because I've been a lot of years in crypto. If you're new in crypto and you invest, I don't care if it's $500. It might be nothing to you. But if you invest $500 and you lose, trust me, the odds of you coming back to crypto are very low, unfortunately. And probably you will think that everything is a scam, everything you lose money. No, you just invested on the wrong project. But I would highly, tell all of you to do your own research and search for projects like 𝗪𝗧𝗪, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Ty, you guys we've been around on the market. I say we because I'm a holder as well. We've been around the market for a year.
16, almost 17 months. Okay. So it'll be 17 months. So June 23rd.
Say a year and 5 months, so 12.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be 17 months on the 23rd.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's right at 17 months. So
it is a project to definitely take a look at it, and this real life business. If a project doesn't last a year at least, it's no good. It's not a good business, right? In crypto, it doesn't go further than that. If you cannot last 1 year in crypto, you're doing us a favor.
I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think the average project doesn't last more than 2 months or 3 months. I think on average. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty low. If you do what we do, I think the first thing that new investors should do is learn how crypto works. I think it's important that you understand the market and the way it works, because I think a lot of people come in, especially you know, honestly, right now, you don't have a ton of people coming into crypto at the moment, right? Because the bull, it's a bear market, so people aren't. It's not exciting. They're not seeing people make money. When the bull market comes and they see all their friends just boom, look how much money I made today. Look how much. Then they come roaring in, and then they get that false sense that they can make this investment and make money every time, because you can in the bull market almost every time.
You know? If I were to say, I would say during the bull market, you can pretty much make money on anything. A rug pull.
If you time it right. If you time it right, and it's not a rug pull or a honey pot, you know.
If you time it right, what does that mean, Junior? 10, 20, 30% profit, pretty much in every single project you can make it. But if you're in a bull market and you know about crypto, you don't want to make 20, 30%, man. That's like nothing. You know, you wait 3 years, 2 years to get in a bull market, and once you're in a bull market, just want to make 30%. Wait, hold on. I'm in a real life business. I only make 5% a year. Screw you. You're being stupid. I'm sorry. There's many other investments that you can make a lot of money on top of it. And regular, at least here in Brazil, regular businesses usually make between 5 and 10% a year on profit if you're very lucky. And on crypto, in a bull market, you make that in an hour or less. But
yeah, you can lose it just that fast too. So that's the thing.
Time it right. Yes. Let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna give you the worst explanation ever. On my first cycle of not my first cycle, but my first cycle of being successful, I became half a millionaire. I made 500K. But I didn't make it. Hold on. What do you mean you made it, but you didn't make it? I made it because my wallet was showing that, but I didn't cash it out. So let me tell you what. Those 500,000 that I had, man, I'm not even going to tell you what it went down to. But that was the first lesson for me about crypto market. I was like, wait. And the good thing was I invested that first cycle. I invested on 3 projects. One was solid. The second one was kind of, solid-ish. And then the third one was definitely not solid. It was like something, I'm playing on the lottery. Let me see if I win. But I've made a lot of, well, for me, let me put it this way. If I put in $1, if I make 1,000, that's a lot of money for me. So I made a lot of money on that cycle because of a project which I did not trust at all. But then I was like, you know what? $100 is $100. Screw that. I'm putting it in. I might get lucky. And those $100 turned out to be a lot. And on that project, I did cash it out. I made profits on it. And I made 100% profit because I did not trust the project. I was like, oh man, I put it in to make some profit. And I'm like, 300%. I'm cashing 100% out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I'm sorry if there's any investor on the project, but that was on 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗓. I don't know if you guys know, but I bought that and I saw it going up and I sold it, and I was lucky enough, because this is the idea. Last cycle. Speaking of last cycle, I had my ideas, and then I had a few. I was never that guy to invest in 100 projects. No, I don't think that's going to get anybody rich. But I was that guy who was like, you know what? I can select 10 projects and invest in every single one of them. And man, I cannot, I don't have to be that lucky to get 1 out of 10 right. So I started investing on it, and I made a lot of profit on 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗓𝗓. But then, I'm not going to say the name of others, but I had other projects. One of them was 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, actually. I sold 0 tokens of 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. Now, I definitely regret because I saw the prices going down. But then I could never regret because I made thousands of % on profit. And let me tell you guys something. if you get in at the right time on a project, I got in on 𝗖𝗧 on July 2021. And let me tell you what, up until this day, after 90-something% down, I'm still profit. How crazy is that, Ty?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it's always about the timing. I think that's the biggest thing that new investors have an issue with, is knowing first, you know, as I'll preach it every week, is first of all, because you say it all the time, you're a high risk investor. So every person individually needs to understand their risk tolerance, what they can take, not just out of their pocket or out of their bank account, but what they can afford mentally. Because when you lose, sometimes it's more about how it does you emotionally than it does your bank account, you know? So it gets real personal sometimes, you know, it gets real personal. You push a project, you sell it to your friends, you sell it to your family, and then it goes down. And now you got to explain. It's very emotional, you know? So
you're speaking, and it's coming to let me tell you a story about my friend. So please do not do what I did. I got in 𝗖𝗧, not knowing what 𝗖𝗧 was. I bought 𝗖𝗧 because my best friend, it was his first year in crypto, but he's a stock market investor, and he's a baller. He got money, you know. And when he started investing, he came up to me and he was like, I'm gonna tell you guys. And he was like, invest in this project. And I was like, it's a first year in crypto, man. You're telling me 7 years, that was last year, 7 years in crypto to invest in a project? You know, I should be telling you, you know what I mean? But he came to me and we have a very good friendship. And he looked me straight in the eyes and he's like, listen, you're bothering me for 2 years to get into crypto. And I invested on what you told me to. But I have one project, I swear to God, that's how you went. I have one project that I am going to tell you to invest to. And I don't care what you do, you have to invest. And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? You're my best friend, you know, whatever, man. It's one project. If I'm going to pump you to get into crypto by investing in one project, hell yeah. Let me tell you guys, so I'm going to just straight out give you numbers. He was like, invest into 𝗖𝗧. I was so dumb. I was so dumb. When he told me that, I was like, it's my best friend. It's my buddy. But he does not know about crypto. I'm not going to listen to him. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put a few bucks. I put 200. Now, I don't care. Let it be recorded. I put $250, 230, something around that. And I remember him calling me. He was like, man, you're an a-hole. I was like, what? He was like, you're an a-hole. I told you to invest in a project. I was checking out the wallet. I know this is your wallet. You only bought $250? Are you kidding me? And he called me, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, man, I'm sorry. You know, I had no money. That's all I had. And, you know, I gave him the easy way out. I so regret that. That was like, I don't regret 100% because I still hold. And I cannot regret. I tell people you can only regret once you cash it out, right? But Ty, I put in on 𝗖𝗧 on that one wallet, which was my first investment on 𝗖𝗧, $230, $250, $240, whatever it was around there. You know, it turned out to be $80K on that one wallet. Now was by the way, this wasn't why I was telling you guys. On that one wallet that I had, which I didn't tell them, you know, when I saw it going up, I was like, oh man, I was so stupid, I should invest more. And then I started buying more, you know, buying the deep. I started buying the deep more. But then that was just me for self-confidence to not feel stupid of not buying an amazing project. And I told them, but let me tell you I would say the best news for you guys that are listening, but definitely not for him. When I bought $250, he put in around 10K on Saitama. Look how crazy this is. When I put in $250, he put in 10K. Now 10K here in Brazil is $50,000. If you put in $50,000 on a project that you don't even know, you must have a lot of money. I'll tell you that much. You know, and he was like, I put in 10K. I was like, holy smokes, man. Now I started to get jealous because I was like, you put in 10K, I only put in $250. Holy, I should have put more. But let me tell you what, during the all-time high, when it was around 80K, this body of mine, I put in $250 and I had around 80K on that wallet. And he put in 10K, but he sold it. He put in 10K and he sold it for 50K. Now he was doing the math with me on all-time high, because now this was a double challenge for me, because not only I was holding Saitama, but I had my best friend who told me to buy it, telling me every day to sell it out. Because he was like, man, you put in $250, you're already on 10K, 15K, 20K. When are you going to sell it out, Yes, I agree on him. He was totally right. But since I wasn't only investing in Saitama, this is what I did. I was like, 80K on one wallet. That can turn out to be 200K, 300K. That's the greedy mind thinking about it. That could be 100K, 200K. I could have made that much. And now I felt bad because my buddy in November, which was all-time high, he should have had more than $20 million. 10K for more than $20 million plus. Now I felt bad because my buddy who told me to invest, he was out and it was pumping. At the same time, I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm putting 250 already, 70 something K, 80K around. What do I do? I was greedy. I did learn that in the past, but I was a different greedy this time. Why was I a different greedy? Because I was like, you know what? I don't want to sell Saitama. So I'm going to sell every other project that I have, and I'm going to hold Saitama. So it was good for one point because every other project that I had, 𝗪𝗓 and many others. By the way, 𝗪𝗓 I sold an all-time high. It was good for me. Even though I did not invest much, unfortunately, let me tell you something about me. I always get the greatest project ever. But for some reason, I don't invest a lot. So that was the another time happening for me. And I was like, I'm just going to hold it. So I sold Mononoke, 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗪, other projects that I had, which I was making a lot of profit. And I was like, I'm cashing that out. Because if the market goes down tomorrow, I'm not going to feel like a loser and, I lost everything. No, I took some profits. But I did something different. I didn't take profits on every single project. I took profits on 2 projects, 100%. I got out of it. And I left the projects that I trusted the most, which wasn't a great idea. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it wasn't a great idea. If I could tell every single one of you, you're never going to know when is the all-time high, trust me. But if I could tell every single one of you, always take profits on every single project. I don't care if Muhammad Ali told you to hold. If your mother was like, I had a vision last night, you got to hold, rise up. No, you don't. Take profits. Now, take profits, profits. 10, 20, 30%. I consider that healthy profits, right? You're not going to hurt the project. You're going to let it live. Now I'm talking about if you bought a project and you have millions, right? If you take 30% out, you're not going to kill the project. You're going to let it live. At the same time, if you don't take 30% out, that would be one of your biggest regrets. I'll sign that up. It happened to me. Ty is laughing. I'm sure it happened to him as well.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. That's one of the biggest things is that I warn people to look out for projects that are telling you, never sell, that attack you for selling. And look, if you bought, you can sell when you want to. I don't have to like it. If you bought your crypto with your money, you don't owe anybody. Exactly. It's your money. You do with it what you please. I don't, look, now it's different when you're talking about project.
But Ty bought Rise Up back in the days early. You shouldn't sell it. Screw you, man. Everybody who's saying that, it's because they're jealous of you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, there's responsible ways to sell, especially if you believe in the project, that you can take your profit. Look, selling is healthy too. Volume is important for all projects. So, and volume is created not just from buys, but from sells also. That it is a healthy look. All projects need to correct. They need corrections. Corrections are important. When you look at a chart,
are amazing. If you guys know that, you would take profits.
Yeah. So the thing is if we know, when you look at a chart, when somebody looks at a chart these days, when you're new, the first thing you do is start diving in on those green bars. You're like, oh man, and you're diving in on them, and that'll burn you so much. Not financial advice, because sometimes it keeps going up, but eventually it will come back down.
And let me tell you something: if you're making millions and you're not taking profit, trust me, you are hurting your own project.
Yeah.
Because the more you hold, the less you can sell, and the more people get scared because they see this huge wallet with quadrillion tokens, whatever it is, they will get scared to buy in. Now, if you sell it and take some profits, 10, 20, 30%, you're making your exit point, but at the same time, you're making somebody else's entry point. So it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, consolidation is part of the game. So when a large whale early investor sells a decently large percentage that affects the price to a point, what does that do? Create a dip for people who got in later to buy in more. So that's consolidation at its best. And if it dips far enough, that whale buys back in too. Obviously, you don't want whales to be able to completely manipulate your chart, but to some extent, that's why it's good, just like you said, for whales to sell early, not everything, but to get some of that profit out early so they cannot manipulate the chart as it grows, because that percentage is going to stay real close to the same, so if they don't sell, and it's just going to go up and up and up and up, and they'll be able to damage the chart more. So, just be careful with projects that just say, buy. Look, I'm not, or get mad or watch your wallets and start complaining because you sell. I mean, now I'm not talking about, now if you're in the project, if you're a team member of that project and especially if you didn't buy those tokens, it's a different situation. You do have a responsibility to the holders as a team member of a project. It's a different situation. But if you're just a 100% investor that put your faith into something and put your money into it, when it's time for you to take profit and you feel it in your heart, then you do it. Because you're the one. Yeah, no, because you're the one that's got to live with it at the end of the day. So just make sure you understand yourself, and that's why it's always good to have, to have the number in your head, a good number in your head to know I'm going to take profit when it hits here, and try to stick to that as best you can, because even if it keeps going up, if you leave something in there, you're still going to benefit from it going up, but at least you protected yourself for when it drops. So you've already taken profit. At this point, you're playing with, in many cases, you're going to be playing with house money. You have nothing invested at this point. You're just playing with the money that you've earned, that you've made. So, it's, and then you can, that money can make more, and then you can come back to the project. I mean,
let me tell you something. I never sold a single token of 𝗖𝗢𝗧, since I was talking about 𝗖𝗢𝗧. I've never sold a token of Rise Up as well. But since I was talking about 𝗖𝗢𝗧, I've never sold a single token of 𝗖𝗢𝗧. And the reason why I was comfortable to hold during the all-time highs. And plus, it's because I knew I was already on profit. So I was like, you know what? This is what happened to me. I was like, I'm gonna take profits. And then I was like, no man, I'm just gonna hold more. And then it was like bam, 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 going up. And I was like, whoa, I was gonna take profits last week and I'm already 300% on top of it. If it goes down tomorrow, man, I'm good. So I kept on holding, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kept on, not only because I trust the project, because I was holding for long term. Yes, I was doing that. But at the same time, it made more comfortable for me to hold because I was like, man, I'm already on profit. So I was going to sell it on 500% profit, but I'm already on, thousands of percent. So if it goes down tomorrow, what am I losing? Nothing. So that's also another point for people who invest in Rise Up and other projects. Once they're down and you've been there, once they're up, you got the feeling to hold. You touched on a key point. You said in the beginning, you said the word psychology. That is 99.99999999% out of how you're gonna profit, because everything's right here. If you sell it, if you hold, if you got the guts to hold, if everything's right here, if you have a strong mind, you're able to gain a lot of money. You're able to lose a lot of money, right? Gotta sell that as well. You're able to make it in crypto. So I feel like the people that hold and have more guts, they make it further. Now, that doesn't mean you have to hold a project forever. Don't be stupid. Oh, man, I'm on 10,000% profit. This is amazing. I'm never selling. Man, that's the stupidest thing you can do.
I'm not going to name any names. But if you're up $12 million, you need to take some money.
I am not going to name any names either.
I mean, and if it goes down at a point and you were in that much profit and didn't take any, you really have only yourself to blame. They got you there, and there's ups and downs. The market goes up and down. Look at SHIB. You talked about Shiba just a little while. Shiba Inu is a perfect example of what can happen, in that $1,000 investment in Shiba Inu went up to, I don't know, tens of thousands, then went down to where that $1,000 wasn't worth but $1 or something. And then went to $1 million.
And I don't mean to tell you to not hold the project for long. I was in SHIB. Now I bought SHIB almost in the last all-time high of the last cycle. When I saw what I did, that it was very stupid and the prices went down a lot, what did I do? I was like, you know what? I didn't put in as much. I'm not going to lose money. I'm going to hold. I held through a whole cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I didn't make profits in a month. I held to a whole cycle, and then I was lucky enough to sell it on an all-time high. Actually, that was a project who, if I would time it, oh man, I would never get that much right. I remember, I don't know the exact zeros, but it was like, I'm just gonna say it like that. It was like 0.93, the all-time high, and I sold on 0.090.
Yeah.
So that was but let me tell you something. I'm not gonna pretend that I was a specialist. No, that was pure luck. Because when I invested on SHIB, I was one of the first people to put in on SHIB when it had the SHIB swap. So I did stake for a year. Well, in my mind, I thought I was staking for a year for some reason. And I never cashed it out because it was staked. But guess what? That year passed by. We went to the next cycle, and I was lucky enough to cash it out in a time high. So that's two lessons for me. One, never hold a project forever. Two, if you hold a project forever, it can always make a turn back. If you hold forever, keep holding. You got two options: sell it early or keep holding. If you invest in a legit project, both of those options will work. The difference is they will work between a different period of time. They work between different, a year, 2 years apart from each other. But it will make profit if you invest it in Rise Up, if you invest in 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, if you invest in on solid projects, it will have a comeback. Now I'm gonna tell you this, and I am not lucky. I am not, Albert Einstein, nothing close to it. But I did learn on my first cycles that if I did held to those tokens that I truly trust, next cycle they were gonna be higher than the last all-time high. That was like the key point that I got from my cycles. I was like, you know what? If I hold a project like Rise Up, that's been out for more than a year, has community, has great devs, they are out there every day, that project can go down 90%, 95%, whatever it is. But once it comes back up, the last all-time high, it will pass that. Trust me. Because altcoins, they kind of follow Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin goes up, and once Bitcoin runs away and you cannot see, I'm just going to say it like that. Once it runs away and you cannot see it, that's when the altcoin starts running. Am I wrong, Ty?
No, you're right. That's when people start taking profits from their Bitcoin and start putting it into altcoins.
In altcoins, yes.
Yep. And then what they do is they flip that and then put it back into Bitcoin. It's like you said, it's a cycle.
Yep.
Yeah. The big thing is that what a lot of people don't realize about crypto, most do that have been in crypto for any real amount of time, but a lot of people don't realize how altcoins are funded and how they're backed. So, when you have an altcoin that's built on BNB, it's backed by BSC. If it's built on Ethereum, it's not always. The liquidity pool can be backed by almost any token on that. But it's usually going to be backed by Ethereum, USD, or USDC or something like that, possibly. But if that token goes down, the other token goes down because that is what's backing the price. So it's a pair. It's a liquidity pair. So as the token that is backing it goes down, you have no control over Ethereum. You have no control over BNB. When Ethereum was at its all-time high, most of the tokens that were on Ethereum were also at their all-time high. Some was because of that token. Some was because of Ethereum. Some was because of both. But but when Ethereum dropped, guess what? They all dropped right along with it. So.
Some because not either one of that, but it's a rug pull when people invest in. There's different ideas, but what I'm trying to say here is don't hold the project forever. At the same time, if you truly trust and you hold the project and you see you screwed yourself over and you went down a lot, don't sell it. If you trust the project. Now, if I bought Rise Up and if Rise Up was down 90%, I would never sell it. First, I would lose money. Second, I would know Rise Up is going to make a comeback because Rise Up is an altcoin that follows Ethereum, that follows Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is not doing well, neither one of those are going to be doing. So those are like the basic rules, right? To stick to it. Let me just answer somebody's question because I put it for like 15 minutes and I didn't answer. Where is Refugio? Guys, Refugee, he's taking his private pilot license. And as you guys know, he was into crypto for a lot of months, helping out a lot. And he decided to shift a little bit. He did not stop investing. He still invests. But he decided to shift a little bit his timing to do some real life stuff as well that he was pushing forward because of all his ideas on crypto. But he's good. He's holding tight. He's still a member of the community. He participates, but he's more of a holder than an active user now because of real life cases utilities, right? I was out of Twitter for a few weeks, right? Elections months down here, been working like crazy and all of that. Everybody got a take some time for real life as well, right? We cannot live off crypto 100%. We cannot live off metaverse 100%. Even though rise of metaverse is out there, but we cannot live off of metaverse 100%. But he's good. I keep getting in touch with him. He's doing what he got to do. In a few weeks, months, maybe he should be back when he's done with everything. As the market picks up as well, it's not easy to be here every week. Like me and Ty, we come out here every week. Bitcoin went down 30%, and we hear like, what is this guy's talking about? Bitcoin is down. Like, you know what I mean? No, we're not here only when it profits, but we're here to talk about security and to make you not lose money.
Yep, to help you not lose money. Keynes was saying that my volume was very loud, so I turned it down. I was trying to see if his is better or not. He'll let me know. I put it in the chat because he was saying he told me he's been to several. He comes to this show every week. He's in the Friday show every week, and he says that's an issue that sometimes the volumes for the different speakers are different. But when I looked at it, I did realize my mic volume was up at 200%.
I just know, he's right. You know what it is? I actually just, before you even spoke that, I did, let me show it to you guys. Hold on. Prove it. But, oh wait, I was already sharing screen. Hold on. There it is. So when you come out here, usually people come out with the speakers like that 100%. But on StreamYard, you can make it up to 200%. So yours was on, I don't know why, because when I move, next time people come in, it's always the same. But for some reason, yours was different today. So a few minutes ago, I did adjust 100 to 200%. So maybe he caught that. Good call.
Yeah, so I took it down. I'm take it down because he said I was super loud. He said I was like 3 times louder than you, so that's why I turned it down.
Oh, really?
On Friday. I
made it lower. Don't move.
Yeah, I already did.
I think he bought some good speakers.
Yeah.
Conservo Crypto just said I only have 2 that I never sold. Awesome, buddy. Up until 2 months ago, I actually only had 2 that I never sold as well. Or 3, sorry. Now I have 4 that I never sold. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 Realty, Rise Up, and Slake. Do not plan on selling any one of those for at least 1 year, 1 year and a half. Why? Because I know we're getting out of the bear market, we're going to the bull market, and for the bull market to reach its all-time high, it takes usually around 10, 12 months. So from last year, I already had in my mind that I wasn't going to sell it because if it did crash, which I knew, but then I didn't want to expect it, which if it did crash, I wasn't going to be crying and I would be able to hold it. And I make my words very strong up to down. I'm still holding every single one of those. I am not selling projects like Rise Up because it is the time to accumulate. Whoever's selling right now, I can understand if you got money, if you borrow money and you pay, fees on it, or if you gotta pay some bills and you cannot get it out of anything, then I would agree. Sell your crypto and pay that. But if you just be, oh man, I want to buy a new phone, stop being stupid. That's it. Keep your money there, hold, wait. You will overcome its last all-time high if it's a legit project like Rise Up. Gotta mention that. It will pass its all-time high, and you will be good, man. Don't be scared because people are saying Bitcoin's gonna crash. It's a bubble. I've seen Bitcoin being a bubble for more than 8 times. I have seen China ban Bitcoin for more than 5 times. I have seen Russia against Bitcoin more than twice. Now they're in favor of Bitcoin, but I've seen them against it, a few times. And let me tell you what, I got very scared for the first time. The second time, I was like, these people are full of beep, They said that last year, and none of that happened, so I don't trust it. And guess what? Bitcoin will never be a bubble. Never.
Well,
chances
that's what
of
I mean.
Nakamoto coming out and be like, it's me and I have all the money are higher than Bitcoin being a bubble.
Yeah. Well, my thought is, and this is a personal opinion, of course, but my thought is on Bitcoin that, and I've said this over and over again, Bitcoin, once it gets to a number, there's a lot of people out there that don't own a whole Bitcoin. They're going to buy just so they can say they own a whole Bitcoin. And they know if it gets below 10,000, just like last time when it started reaching those numbers and started flirting with those numbers, people bought it fast because they knew it's going to go up, So what they do is they buy it up. Now, the one thing that happened, and a lot of people aren't talking about, is that during this bear market, there are actually more addresses now that, well, I don't know about right this very moment, but as of about a month ago, there were more individual addresses now that held one whole Bitcoin than ever before, because people have taken this bear market and increased what they're going to make. Now, you don't see that now because we're still in the bear, but when the bear takes off and turns into a bull, then these people that just bought these Bitcoins are going to do very well for themselves. And exactly what you said before, likely many of them are going to pull some of those profits, start putting them into other coins that they can make higher percentage quick profits quicker off of, because Bitcoin is now at once it hits its all-time high and passes it again, then if they've been in the market long enough, they know that it'll come back down. So sell some at its all-time high, go invest it in something else so you can turn some higher percentage profits than you would off of Bitcoin when it's sitting at its all-time high. When it comes back down, then flip it back again. That's what consistently happens in the crypto market. Obviously, there are outside factors, the economy, obviously the interest rates right now in America, stuff like that are always going to affect that. Those are things you do need to take into account. But at the same time, I just don't see Bitcoin going anywhere. I mean, it's the lower it goes, the more people will line up to buy it. It becomes more affordable for people, So
I shouldn't say this, but for me, it's recorded. For me, we're only gonna see great prices in March. For me, this is the chance to not be stupid and double my bags. I don't look at the prices like, oh man, I bought last month and still the same thing or you went lower. No, I look at my prices like, man, this is another opportunity to keep doubling my bag. Usually towards the end of the year, November, December, not only we have Christmas, but there's also Chinese New Year's holiday, and people always profit a lot. They always take money out. I don't know how they're going to be doing this year because nobody's profiting. But I don't know if they're going to cash it out a lot or not, but I know whenever that happens, January, it's like picking up month, getting things back together. February, it's like, hey, Bitcoin is live. And then March is like, hey, bitches, I'm back.
Yeah.
It's like, boom, it's pumping. So
people start getting those taxes back.
Yeah,
tax returns. Tax returns. Well, see, so at the beginning of the year, also you have a lot of people liquidating at the end of the year, liquidating for Christmas, but also to pay their taxes that are coming up. And then in February, March, you start getting their taxes. The people who are getting taxes back start getting those taxes back, and they have a lot of expendable income. So
and
they,
you tend to see the people who's like, New Year's, new me, I'm investing in crypto. People who were listening to Rise Up, 𝗖𝗢𝗡, or whatever it was, last all-time high, and they find these prices now, they either will never buy it or they will buy a lot because they're like, man, this is my chance, So January, it's always a picking up month. You guys can, come back and be like, Junior, you're right or you're lying. I cannot predict the future. I'm saying based on what I believe, based on other years that I've seen, in the charts of Bitcoin. But I feel like October, November, we're going to have a little pump. And then December, people are taking profits and buying Christmas gifts. and Chinese New Year's, whenever it was, that's December, January, I don't know when it was. But February up, I see that picking up. In March and April, my birthday month, April should be on fire. And then June, April, March, and June, that's like nobody will remember this hell that we'll be going through. People are gonna be like, "Oh, Bitcoin was in 20K. I don't remember that." You know what I mean? They're gonna be.
And then when then you hit summertime, and then you hit summertime, and a lot of people start taking profits for their vacations. So it's a cycle that you learn. They're not all set in stone, obviously. Like I said, they can depend on the economy and world events such as wars and things. Just as we've seen, they can definitely affect that. But for the most part, you see a pretty consistent cycle in how things react. The prices they may be different, but the percentages tend to be real close, to be honest, if you look back historically.
Yeah, when Ty is speaking about summer profits, he didn't say that, but I'm just going to say that word, summer profits. When he's speaking of summer profits, sorry for my words, but there's a lot of stupid people out there. They make 20% profit. They're like, "Oh man, I paid my vacation. Screw crypto. I'm the man. I made 20% profit." And they take the money out, go travel, whatever, and then they regret. But it happens. It's Christmas, Chinese New Year, and then summer. Those are usually dates that have big impacts on crypto. Sometimes not, but usually. So I'm excited for I do not let those things get to me. I'm not gonna sell in Christmas because there's gonna be a Christmas deep or Chinese New Year's deep. Screw that. If he has a deep, I'll get more money, $100, $50, $10, whatever it is. I'll put it in. $100, $50 in a year from now, if it's going down. Once it goes back up, man, that's 50K, that's 100K, that's 1 million, maybe. You never know. That's the beauty of crypto. That's how it happens. I have made many investments. Unfortunately, in most of them, back in the days, I was not smart enough. But I've made many, many, many investments that it made me tons of profits. It might not make you rich, but if you put in $100 and you get 10,000, you know what I mean? That's already something, And you gotta. The idea is, let me tell you guys something. Now I'll be joking around, laughing, and saying no. But I'm gonna tell you guys something. Looking here straight in the camera. If you invest in crypto for 3 years, and every month you put in $50, you will be a millionaire within 4 years. Trust me. Unless you're very, 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 very unlucky to invest only in shitty projects. But if you get 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, 𝗪𝗧𝗛, Slake, 𝗖𝗢𝗡 Realty, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, projects like that, 3 years is life changing. Now I'm gonna ask all of you 1 million subscribers, have you ever changed your life within 3 years on any investment? Going from poor to rich? Now let me ask you something. How many years do you work so you can get your 401k? Listen to me. If you put in $10, $20, $50 a week, every week, every month, you invest in 𝗪𝗧𝗛, you invest in 𝗖𝗢𝗡, you invest in other legit projects, there is no way you cannot make a lot of money. Now I'm telling you because I am that person. When I get into something, I see it's right, I run. I tell my mother, I tell my father, I tell my brother, I tell my uncle, I tell my friends, I want to get everybody in. I don't want to own it for myself. I don't want to be rich alone. I'm not gonna be like, hey buddy, you wanna travel to Hawaii? I'm paying for your bills. Screw that, man. You gotta pay for your own bills. You gotta come with me, but you gotta pay for your own bills. So what do? I tell my friends. So I have a few friends of mine that they actually made more money than me getting in crypto after me because they did their own homework and they got it right. You know what I mean? But it's all up to you if you invest in the right projects and if you do the right thing. And anything's possible. I mean, you've seen Rise Up. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, the pool was up to 200 and what percent? Dave? Ty, I'm sorry.
What was that? Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm saying last year during the all-time high, when you guys had the pool for staking, that was like 200 something percent plus, right?
It's still over 200%. So yeah, we were our staking platform actually for our 90-day staking pool for Riv2. We guarantee for the foreseeable future it will stay above 200%. In fact, right now it's waiting to be pumped again. We had our pool party quite a while ago now, but we had some issues that we needed to deal with. We plan to pump it to over 400%. Now it'll, it's the way staking pools work. As more people enter the pool, the percentage comes down, and that's why we have to continually repump the pool. But that is also built into our tokenomics. So a percentage of every buy and sell goes towards the percentage pool, and we keep a wallet to go ahead to add tokens, to buy back and add tokens to those pools, so that it not only helps the price, but it also helps the pool. But we have said that for the foreseeable future, and when I say this foreseeable future, because extremely large investment that also stakes could make that almost impossible. But the biggest thing is that an extremely large investment that's all staked in a 90-day pool would pump the price so much nobody's going to care.
I have a question for everybody, but I'm going to ask you. So you're telling me, I know this, but I'm going to ask, okay? So you're telling me that if I put my money in Rise Up token, which is a River token, right? Or IV2?
What? Yeah,
the token,
Riv2.
Or IV2, right?
Yep, Riv2.
So if I put my money on Rise Up token, and if I stake it 1 year from now or months from now, whatever, 1 year from now, I'm just gonna say like that, I'm gonna have the amount of money that I put in plus, whatever it went up, plus 200% profit on staking.
Correct. So what it's done,
let me ask you another question. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Has the token been down more since November, since November, which was last all-time high, up until now? How many percent did the token go down? Was it a lot or was it conservative?
It's down a pretty good percent at the moment. The exact percentage I do not know.
Every token is, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. It was for the majority of the bear market. We have pretty much mirrored. Our chart has mirrored BNB. So basically, in that every time BNB drops, we drop. We pretty much stay in that level. Obviously, the price is different. But the BNB, percentage of drop.
Right.
So, but recently we've had a few more sales and whatnot. But I really do believe I'm seeing that in a lot of projects, honestly. And I think that's the extended bear market is causing people to take profits. I really do not see it. I do not see it as an issue with our project. I see it as people just need money. And they've made a lot of money off of staking. So, why not take it? So I get it.
I would correct that sentence. I wouldn't say people taking profits. I would say people selling out in the fear of losing money.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's more people need the money. Right. I feel like that's what we're getting. The longer this bear market extends, people have been used to the bull market. Yeah, correct. People have been grown used to having profits they're not getting right now. Therefore, the longer it extends, the deeper they're digging into their savings and what they were. But guess what? They're probably spending real similar money than what they were in the bull market. So it goes away real quick. And then at some point, they have to start making some decisions. We're getting closer to Christmas. We're getting closer to certain things. So I think that, as we just talked about, that all affects the market. And part of the situation, because we do have such high, and we did this on purpose. So when the bear market entered, that was when we basically decided to really pump these percentages up and keep them high. And that was and make it part of our tokenomics, because the bear market, as I said, we can't control BNB, just like other projects can't control ETH. But what we can do is keep people fairly even through the bear market by gaining more tokens. So we can either keep them even, or they can make money when the price increases. So they can actually have some passive income without having to lose their initial investment. They can still, at the end of it, still have their initial investment, but pull some profits at the same time. It doesn't feel like profits at that moment necessarily, but it is, because when the price goes back up, you will see all of that and then some. So it's just, the market is, but what we've done, the market is what it is at the moment. And it is really volatile right now just because of what we just talked about with FTX and Binance and everything that's going on with it. But it's a great, I think that staking, a lot of times, the one thing that people need to understand, that high staking percentages are often thought of as a scam. And I will tell you that 90% of the time or higher, that is the truth. But in this situation, it is not. And the reason being is because we have figured out a way to sustain this for the foreseeable future. We completely understand that this cannot last forever, because we have to, and that is what we've been doing in the bear market. So while we've been building our products that are going to produce funds so we can have revenue streams that can back this so that we can continue it. So that's what, while we were building, we wanted to take care of our holders, because we knew we weren't going to have a lot of price action in the bear market. There's not a lot you can do about that. But what we can do is build products and get prepared for when the bull run comes to give our holders, the likes they've never seen before. And because we are, as we are primed and ready. We are constantly working. Really start to see a lot of things culminate at one time, which is awesome. You work hard through the bear market, and sometimes it feels like you're just grinding every day. But when the things start to come together, and it's a beautiful thing.
It's nothing like you guys seen if it's the first time or your first year in crypto. You would not believe once the market picks up how crazy it goes up. It's amazing. I love it. But Ty, let me ask you something. I actually, getting about that time, but I want to ask some information on the metaverse, which is, the new big boy on the Rise Up team.
𝗪𝗧𝗪. But we do have, we are working on a metaverse, but 𝗪𝗧𝗪 is the token that's about to come out. So.
Oh yeah, well, I meant to say the topic, not 𝗪𝗧𝗪. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But what can you say to everybody who's listening and they don't know about the 𝗪𝗧𝗪? Where can they find information? What information should they look for? And why is 𝗪𝗧𝗪 so amazing? Why should people look up for it?
So when you're looking for information for 𝗪𝗧𝗪, make sure you only visit our official channels. First of all, don't get any kind of addresses or anything like that from someone to buy. We will announce it. It will be on our official channels what the contract address is going to be. We will be announcing very soon the actual date, launch date. We just have it in our heads, and it'll be very soon when it's going to happen, when we're going to announce it, and it's not going to be long. So just to let you know. Also, further up, you actually had it up further up on the chat. You had it up earlier, and that was our link tree. If you could highlight that again, the link tree / Rise Up Financial LLC. That is the best place to find all of our information in one place, because it actually has our corporate website. It has that's it. Yep. It has the Rise Up Reds website. It has the 𝗪𝗧𝗪 website. It has the Travel Club Crypto website, which is part of the 𝗪𝗧𝗪 and Rise Up. It'll be a utility part for both tokens. It is a travel club that will have tiers for holders that get travel discounts. We are working towards a resort in the Caribbean. That will not be exclusive. So the resort will also take fiat, but that fiat, a percentage of that fiat profit, will all be turned into buyback and burns for Rise Up and MetaRise. That's also in the tokenomics for MetaRise, also for buyback and burns for Rise Up and MetaRise. So Rise Up holders will benefit from buys and sells of MetaRise because it will feed the buyback and burns, which will increase the profit and solidify the floor just that much more. Travel Club Crypto will also form partnerships and are already beginning to do that, form partnerships with travel companies so that they can provide discounts through travel that way also and book travel. They will also take MetaRise and Rise Up as payment. So the MetaRise Resort will also take MetaRise Rise Up as payment on the resort for amenities and things that don't come with it. The great thing that'll come is that, you know, the hope is for the future that the highest level of holder will get one free vacation a year at the resort. So if you get one free, you know, that in and of itself is worth holding. You talk about people selling for their vacations. If you get a Caribbean vacation for free every year just because you're holding the token, you know, obviously, like I said, those will be tiers. And that's a great utility and even a use case for MetaRise and Rise Up. So and they will take fiat for everything also. They will take all major credit cards. So, you know, and everything that is taken in fiat, part of those profits will go back to buy and burn Rise Up and MetaRise so that everybody benefits. Because the big thing that we want people to know is that, yes, we're coming out with an Ethereum token. It is not because we're giving up on Riv2. It is not because we're moving away from Riv2. We are expanding. This was always in the plan to expand beyond BNB. It was a good entry point. One of the main reasons why we entered BNB first was because of the large amount of scams that were in BNB, especially at that time. As we've been doing this, we've realized that there's a huge number of scams in all blockchains, and they all need that help, and they all need to get that education. We love the fact that there are a lot more people starting to do this and educate people because it's very important. And we don't want to be the only ones doing it. We want everybody to do it because it makes it easier when they do. It's best for all of us. It's best for all of crypto if we can educate each other and stay away from scams. The scams are going to be there, but just don't be the low hanging fruit because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the easy target. Be the hard target. Ask the right questions. Ask the hard questions. Learn what those questions are and learn what the answers need to be too. So, you know, it's not an easy curve, but it's a curve that can be met. And you'd rather get that education through just learning it and reading about it than watching your wallet get drained because that's a bad feeling. So,
totally agree.
You know, but. It's a big thing we want to make sure people realize. All of our Rise Up holders, we have some very loyal holders. I will be honest, I wouldn't want to call it an issue, but the only thing that we've had that people would consider an issue for Rise Up is the lack of sustained volume. Well, a lot of the reason why we didn't have a lot of sustained volumes because we didn't have any sales for a long, long time, you know, and just recently we're starting to see a few. And like I said, I really do believe that has more to do with market conditions than it does anything else.
I wouldn't even say I believe. I would say I'm guaranteed. Market conditions. Pulling all the projects down. Guys, let me tell you guys something. You know, we are free flow here. I am about to end the live, and the reason why. My computer is bugging out. I'm seeing everything blurry, like shaking a little bit, and that's getting a little scary. Not only we're about on that time that we'll wrap it up, but I'm afraid that if I don't end it, I won't be able to end it after. Like everything's shaking. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it goes in and out of blurry on you too. but it's fine now.
Oh, it is?
But it was,
Okay, so
yeah,
that's
it was.
for me. It's blurry as well. I don't know what's going on, but either way, good information being shared. If you guys have any questions, check the website. Is it blurry showing to you, Ty?
No. It's just your picture. It's just your picture.
Oh, wow.
It's
Well,
not
everything's blurry.
you're
for
not
me.
blurry. You're not blurry now either. You're clear now.
If you have any question, you can check the website 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗧.finance, or you can search for rise up.finance, riseupofficial.finance as well. Get the information. Let me tell you guys something. I love new projects. I love new listings. So make sure you get onto that. 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗧, like Ty said, and I don't know if you guys are listening, it will be listed. It's a new token. So new token, launch, exchanges equals profit. Make sure you take a look at that. Look at the website. If you do have any questions, you can always find it on Twitter, Rise Up Official, or Ty for Rise Up, or you can ask anything you want to me, and I will be answering. If I don't know the answer, I'll ask them and I'll answer. But we're always available. Make sure to check the website. Make sure to check the token. Ty, do we have a date for the launch?
Not yet. We're going to release that date on Friday at our live on Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to release the launch date, and I'm telling you, it won't be long. So the launch date itself.
I'll be there. Trust me, I'll be there. Make sure everybody, if you want to find out when it's the launch, it might be the same day, but if you want to find out when it's the launch, Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, make sure you definitely check it out on Twitter or on YouTube, right? On YouTube, you can find Rise Up Official. Rise Up Official LLC. You'll find it on the YouTube. Or you can put it on Twitter, or you can DM me. I'll be more than happy to send you the website. Feel free.
Yeah, like I said, we have, or if you come on Twitter at riseup_LLC. They wouldn't let me put financial in there. If on there, that also has, you go to our official Twitter, we'll have all our links. It'll have the link tree. Like I said, the link tree is a really good tool because it puts all right. Yes, as long as there's no space, but yes. The link tree has all of the sites in one place, so it makes it real easy to go from one to the next, and even go to our socials, because it has all of our socials on it and everything. So you can really do a deep dive into what Rise Up is and what we're all about from that one spot.
Do not miss the chance. Don't. My fingers are all right, with the pen. But don't miss the opportunity. I don't talk about many projects because I do not feel like I can talk about many projects, because I only talk about those projects that I trust and that I believe it's legit, and I believe it's going to be there for at least one cycle. And that's why I talk about Rise Up, not only because they help us a lot with security and all the members of the community being asking for help, but because it's an amazing project. It's legit. It's been around for more than a year, so it already shows that it's legit in most parts. There's, the devs are doxed themselves, right? They did come out there. You see Ty right here. You know who he is. It's a legit project, and it's been out there. Also, the liquidity is locked, which is another, positive thing for the investors. So I wouldn't really worry about it. I would worry about finding out more details, so I won't miss a chance, because bear market are amazing for you to buy. So make sure you check the website. If you have any questions, DM Ty or myself or Dave, which is Rise Up Official as well, or James, anybody from the Rise Up team. If you go to Twitter and you put Rise Up token, there's only one.
Yeah.
And you will find information.
And,
So
and
once again,
look for a version of this symbol, either different colors or whatever, because all of our, it's always the same symbol, just a different color. So we have the blue and green for the Rise Up,
yeah.
the gray and blue for 𝗪𝗧𝗛, and then our corporate symbol is actually a gunmetal blue. So we have, it's the same symbol, just changes colors.
And if you guys want to find out if you buy the correct token, you can always come to the website, right? And you can find, help me out here. You can find the
right
contract address.
Oh, the contract address? I'm not sure where it's at. Oh, it's down. It's down. Tokenomics down. Up. Should be up at the top though.
Oh, that's nice. If you want to give out information to get.
I'm trying to scroll for you. It's
Okay.
It's up by the tokenomics. Right. Well, hold on. It's right in there.
Contract address right here. I found it.
It's hidden. It's hidden.
Yeah. Just click to copy here. What do I do, guys? I always check the first 4 numbers and the last 4. If you do that, you should be very good. No mistakes. Please do not do what I did in the past. I did buy a token by mistake because I did not check the correct contract address. And trust me, people will make fake contract address on shitty platforms so they can sell it out to people that will never get their money back.
Yeah.
So please do not
please definitely do your diligence, especially with launches. That's something that's extremely too normal, I would say, for launches. You need to be careful because they know that launches are coming. They know that people are trying to get in. So they'll throw that address out there and say it's for it, and you'll buy the wrong one. Oftentimes it's before the actual contract, the actual project has even launched. So
even other projects, like I've seen when they launch, even a V2 version, people make V2, V3s. Oh my God, it's ridiculous how many fake contracts they will make to steal your money. Be careful. Always go to the website. You can find it at riseupofficial.finance. You'll get all the information there. Of course, like I said before, make sure you DM me as well and type. You can find us on Twitter as well. Rise Up Twitter, which is Rise Up Official. Let me share with you guys. This is the Twitter. You can find it and ask many questions and all the informations, right? You can get it here. And if you do have any questions, make sure to ask us. Feel free to DM. Any questions are legit. No question is a stupid question. Do not worry. We're here. Ty is here. Dave is here. Myself. We're all here to answer and to help you out. Make sure you check the website. Make sure you do your own research. None of this, I would say, it's financial advice. This is just legit opinions. Ty, once again, buddy, thank you so much for hanging out with us, sharing a lot of information. We did show some solid information tonight. So thank you for that again, man. Any last words for tonight that you would like to say?
Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Thank you to the whole Rise Up team and everybody out there. Thank you, Junior, for having us. And just keep your eyes out. Come see us on Friday and find out that launch date and ask us any questions you would like. And if you have questions before then or anything like that, come see us. Ask us on Twitter. Ask us on our Telegram. Anywhere you can shoot us a message. We're pretty good about getting back to you. So, and we're happy to answer questions. We're one of those projects. I tell people all the time. I enjoy answering the questions. I think that all devs should enjoy or team members should enjoy answering the questions because the questions. What would we look like if we told people they shouldn't ask questions when we tell people they should ask questions to other projects all the time? So, I like it. That means people are listening. So that's great. And we have answers to those questions. If I don't know the answer, even myself being a core team member, I will ask and I will tell you I don't know the answer and I will go find out the proper answer. I'm not going to make it up. So keep them coming. The more questions you ask, the better prepared we'll be. So ask away, please.
Awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for following up on another night of Security on DeFi with the Rise Up team. If you do have any questions, you can always find it on the website, riseupofficial.finance, or you can go to Twitter. You can find them as well, Rise Up Official, or Ty, number 4, Rise Up, and you will find this handsome guy over here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating, hanging out with us. If you do have any questions, feel free. I will be catching up with you guys on Thursday. Thank you so much. Good night, Ty.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.